welcome back to The Buzz. If you'd like to join us on social media, just use hashtag The Buzz. If you're on Twitter, go to our Facebook page if you're on Facebook, and if you've got some other form of social media, tell us about it so that we can be a part of it too.
Because we're probably not looking there at the moment.
LinkedIn, we don't really do LinkedIn very much. We do have some tweets though. Have you got some you can read out?
We do. Before control room, do you want to get this meme up? I've made a special meme for you, Jason.
Oh, look at that.
Can we get it up, control room?
Can we get up that?
Can you see it?
Can we have that iPad now?
Can we see it?
There we go. Oh, there we go. Watch the Buzz.
Didn't see Jason. Yes. Oh, that's it. That amused me. Anyway, tweets. Well, we have somebody called Mark called My Fun Club talking about chocolate fingers. I don't quite know what's going on there. Henry Bean says 2.5 men. Is it politically incorrect to call them dwarves nowadays? See where he's going with that
2 men and a dwarf.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Also, not Gareth, says 1 million app in the App Store and only about 10 of them are useful.
Absolutely true. All right. Now, actually, where was I going to go with that? I think what we might do, because I've got some cool stuff up here, but I think more importantly, we'll go to Candace.
More importantly, hey, who can say? But I'm about to show you probably one of my favourite apps. When I first got my iPhone, this was one of the very first apps I got, and I've still got it, and that really says something. So it's called FML, and if you're wondering what that stands for, where have you been? Are you on the internet?
What does it stand for, Candace?
Well, let's just say the naughty F word, and then my life.
Fire truck.
Frickin'.
Hey, I'm just going to leave that up to...
Flange.
Freak my life, basically, is what we're looking at here. And if you thought you had a bad day, well, this is the ultimate pick-me-up. These are stories from people who have it a lot worse than you to cheer you up. So that's a really nice thing. For example, I'm going to read one to you. Today, my husband quit his job as a university professor and picked up the graveyard shift at a rat farm so that he could have more time during the day to play World of Warcraft. FML. Gee, that made me feel really good about myself, and it's certainly the kind of thing that, you know, on a Monday morning, you're waking up, you're kind of like, yeah, you know what, I've got to wake up and go to work. Hey, let's see if anyone else out there has got it worse than me. Open this app, read a couple of lines, and you're maybe not quite ready to go to work, but at least you feel less bad about it. So for that purpose alone, it's also free. It's based on a website, so if you're not an Apple iPhone user, you can go to the website. I believe it's fml.com, but I'm going to give this one a buzz factor of 7 out of 10. Frustrating at times, scary at times, but not as scary as this prank.
See, I don't really find it that funny because I worry, if I'd have been in the position of those women, I'd be like punching and kicking, and that poor kid would be all over the...
You would be standing in the corner in a pool of your own urine, screaming like a girl.
This is probably true. Let's move on. Make it stop. Let's move on. Okay, now, if you've been paying attention to the internet today, and most of you would have been because you're all addicted to the net just like us, you would have seen perhaps some morons on Facebook posting copyright statements telling Facebook that they have no right to their particular materials. You're morons if you do that. Stupid people.
There seems to be a thing at the moment, Jason, where people just see something and go, damn right, and copy it and post it. That's right. And it says something like, do you know horses really have 5 legs? Well, do they? I'm going to post that and tell everyone. They don't actually check. Oh, go and have a look at a picture of a horse. Oh, it's got 4 legs. Don't post it. You end up looking a bit stupid.
So here's the thing that you should do. If you see something and it sounds too good to be true, or not, go to snopes.com and check it out. It can dispel all sorts of urban legends. In this instance...
How long do you reckon it takes, Jason, to find out whether something's crap or not?
Well, it's bugger all the time.
5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe?
So you go to snopes.com, Facebook privacy notice. It shows it straight away as being false, but you can read through it and see how long this thing's been doing the rounds for. And it's ridiculous.
I just want to read out one quickly that I saw. It said, as of today, Facebook will automatically start dragging the Earth into the sun. To change this option, go to Settings, Planetary Settings, Trajectory, then unclick the box that says Apocalypse. Facebook kept this one quiet. Copy and paste onto your status for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
So maybe a lesson learned there, and don't paste that thing. If you do see it, just point and laugh at people that do that. All right, moving right along.
Defriend them.
Yes, well, what do you think of blackface? Now, you might remember on Hey Hey It's Saturday, not so long ago, there was somebody who had blackface. It created news around the world. So clearly, overseas, they don't like blackface.
Who wasn't him? Who was the guy who was here that wasn't impressed?
Harry Connick Jr.
Harry Connick, yep.
Yep. And he wasn't very impressed at all. It's good to see.
And they have a history of that sort of thing.
That's right. Well, there's a British makeup firm called Ilamasqua. Apologies if I didn't get that right. Who, if you take a look at this one here, look at this picture. Not dreaming of a white Christmas. So they've taken a model who is Caucasian and they've blacked her up. Now, is that right? Is that wrong? There's been some criticism, but you know, they've also done a white face as well. So they got a Caucasian woman and made her sort of ceramic white.
Yeah. I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't understand. Surely if you see the colour first, that means that to some degree you're the one who's being racist. You know what I mean? So what? Somebody's painted black. Who gives a crap? Paint them orange or red. It's the same thing.
Feel exactly the same way. Think we're being a little bit precious and a little bit too politically correct.
Unless you're sending them out in a cotton field and you're not paying them in the hot sun to pick cotton for you and then beating them to death each night.
And on that bombshell, Candace.
Sorry, I've just seen a really funny tweet appear behind you. Can a shaving company please sponsor the buzz? Who knows? Whoever wrote that, very funny.
Manly. It's a Miami Vice look.
It is very manly, but you know, people do have different tastes, and I don't know what they're trying to say about me, but that's fine. I do quite like my hair the way it is. Thank you very much.
Yeah, your hair. Guess what we're talking about here. Yeah.
Next one. So I'm here with another app review, and I'm about to show you one which I've just stumbled across and is apparently doing very interesting, popular things around the world at the moment. It's called Cat Key. It's spelt Q-A-T-Q-I. It is an unusual one, but it's pronounced Cat Key. I triple checked. So basically it's like Scrabble or Words with Friends, but if you don't have any friends. So like me, if you spend a lot of time alone, you can play a game of Scrabble or something. So I'm going to write the word toad because I hate those things. Okay, so then it's going to open up a whole bunch of other little circles that we can move our next letters into. So, you know, song. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. I was trying to use the little gold coins there because it means I get extra points apparently. And then let's do
penis.
I'm not going to write that. That's naughty. We don't do that.
Penis? You should write it if you can, just to see if it works. Because that's really the only word Jason can spell.
That's anyway. You get the point anyway.
Toilet walls. And then puts his phone number underneath it. I don't know what's going on.
You guys are shockers, honestly. It's a beautiful, really clean, really tidy app, really slick interface, very, very easy to use. One that, you know, if you've got kids maybe 10 to 12 upwards that are, you know, you're looking for something a bit educational that still kind of has a nice graphical interface, then this is a really good one for you. I'm also going to give this one a buzz factor of 7 out of 10. It's called Cat Key, Q-A-T-Q-I. Well, have you got any milk in the fridge? Your kids might be doing this fairly soon.
Jump around, jump around, jump around.
I've seen the Japanese doing that, but I never thought I'd see British people doing bukkake as well.
Look, I googled milking and found something entirely different. It was one of my favourite things, and now these kids have gone and ruined it by using actual milk. Is it just that Gen Y are stupid?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
They've gone, because I can understand
There's no need to think about it any further. They're just stupid.
Once upon a time, you know, 20 years ago, a young kid's poured milk on his head. They go, "Ah, we're idiot." There you go. That's it. The end of the story.
But there was no YouTube.
But the people copy it. They go, "Milk on your head." That's a great idea.
Hilarious. That's just brilliant.
It troubles me.
Yeah.
Humanity.
Well, unsurprisingly. All right. Now, Kim Jong-un, dear leader of North Korea, has been voted sexiest man in the world, or not?
Well, I think you only need to see a picture of the North Korean dear leader to really get the idea that this guy is a little bit hubba hubba.
Oh, but look at him, devastatingly handsome, a round face, boyish charm.
He reminds me a bit of you,
It
Jason.
is. Hey, I've got a double chin now. I do think that is sexy.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Look at this.
So, as you know,
the sexiest part of my body, this bit.
Let's stop talking about you for a minute, Jason. The Onion is a website that is satirical. They post stories that poke a bit of fun at stuff, but quite often the writing is so clever that you kind of have to be a bit switched on with the English language to know what's going on.
Can I read you a quote from the Onion's article?
Yeah.
Blessed with an air of power that masks an unmistakable cute cuddly side, Kim made this newspaper's editorial board swoon with his impeccable fashion sense, chic short hairstyle, and of course, That famous smile.
And of course, what's happened is the People's Daily from China has picked up on it and gone, look what they've done in the United States. The sexiest man alive is Kim Jong-un, and taken it as the real thing. Probably only to find out then, disappointingly, that that's not the case. And it's probably George Clooney or something.
He's the guy that got married fairly recently, wasn't he?
Who? Kim Jong-un got married, yes.
And his wife is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, you know, nothing attracts like power.
How come Candace keeps standing in front of Elmo?
Because I can,
Well,
so I
that
do.
leads into our next story.
It's a segue. That's what it is.
That's it. You know, we've got methods to
now,
our madness
You
here.
can see Candace with a little hint of her Elmo.
Elmo shouldn't tickle you there.
Oh, Elmo.
This is one of those stories where you go, really? Does it have to come to this? I mean,
It did come to that, though, didn't it?
the guy who's had his hand
Allegedly.
up Elmo's bum
Allegedly has been doing things with other people's bums as well.
Yeah, and mainly younger people.
bums. Yeah, not such a good thing to be doing. All right, let's change the subject because that's pretty heavy and we don't want to talk about that anymore. Delta, an American airline, have come up with an incredible video, safety video. The audio may or may not have been changed a little bit. Have a look.
Hola, mi amigos. This is an airplane.
Nickelback, Metallica, Robert Goulet.
How you folks doing today?
Alright.
That's great. Do you know that you are an interracial couple?
I'll have the soup, please.
Wonderful. I'll bring you 50. Yep.
Yep.
That is one of my favourite things on the internet this
You've got to
month.
look it up. Watch the whole thing
thing.
because it is absolutely hilarious.
Brilliant.
All right, time for us to find out who to follow this week. Candace Barnes.
Yep. Brilliant. I've got 3 who to follows this week for you. The first one is @NotAnarch. It's a pretty tough one to describe, but it is a funny account worth checking out. In a nutshell, it's a parody account from a bloke who's not a cop, who's pretending to be a cop, who's pretending not to be a cop. So some of the funny things that come out about, you know, who's got any drugs out there? You know, what a fantastic weekend it would be to find some drugs or something like that. It's all very tongue-in-cheek, very sarcastic, absolutely my kind of humour. Had a few people in the crew giggling as well. So here's hoping you'll like that one. It is an absolute laugh. Maybe not if you're a little sensitive about police issues. Sorry if you are. The next one we've got is a Perth comedian, a nice local person, @Lukey20. He's got a lot of followers for a reason, and though he has gone a little bit quiet as of late, the tweets that he does put out, 99%, are absolutely hilarious. It's well worth the wait. And he's a local Perth guy, so what more could you want? My final one today is probably not one to follow as such, but one to browse through. @You're in America. You're deliberately misspelled if you see it behind me here. It's a grammar Nazi who automatically corrects the inappropriate use of the possessive you're and the abbreviated you are, as in you are. It's a bot, so really not worth a follow, but is very, very funny indeed. And I understand we've had a few people on Twitter at the moment. Jason, Paul, have we got anything interesting?
Tweets. We've certainly got some coming up.
Well, you know, last week you were on this particular program telling us about what a horrible time you had in Bali. Bali Buzz says the buzz. Our Perth friends tell us TV loser Jason Jordan talk not good things about Bali. Why he not happy, people?
Well, because it's a godforsaken shithole, that's why.
Harshness.
You can't say
I like
that.
Bali.
I like it.
Bali's great.
Home.
I just did say that. It's
It's
horrible.
He's home.
Yeah.
Ryan says, shout out to my peeps, Dave, Scott and Lichiel. Also,
plug
Henry
alert.
Beans wants to know why Candace is looking so extra lovely tonight.
Gorgeous,
Oh,
yes.
shucks, you guys.
I also want to say
Thanks.
#waffle just for you sports fans.
Yeah, good time for waffle.
Sports ball, I
Members
don't
to
know.
renew memberships. Clubs will need the cash in the off season. Renew your membership to your local waffle club. Keep your local footy
Time
alive.
for us to go. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.